G'day again, it's Steve from Businessmentals, and this time we're talking about my big idea, or in this case, your big idea. I've actually already got a big idea, it's called Businessmentals. So what we actually want to talk about now is what you're going to do when you go into business. So what we want to focus on here is making sure that your idea is big enough to matter and small enough to implement, okay? Now it's quite interesting, one of the major reasons why small businesses fail is that the idea behind the business just simply isn't commercial, it isn't valuable enough, it doesn't have enough legs, call it what you like, it just simply doesn't interest people because it's just meh, okay? Give you a good example, a guy I know runs a marketing agency. And a fairly wealthy young guy came into him one day and said, I've had this brilliant idea, I am going to set up a chain of toasted cheese sandwich shops, but we're actually going to not sell them on the high street, we're going to deliver them. And my friend said, toasted cheese sandwiches, you know those things that go soggy about 4 minutes after you take them out of the oven, are those the things? He said, yeah, we're going to deliver them in special vacuum packed something or others, and we'll make fortunes. And my friend said to him, okay, so most people eat toasted sandwiches for lunch. So your window of opportunity is kind of like between 12 and 2. The guy said, oh yeah, that kind of puts my delivery plans a little bit out of whack. That's a lot of guys driving around on motorbikes delivering toasted sandwiches between 12 and 2, isn't it? And my friend said, yeah. The guy said, I think I'll better go and have another think. And he did. And he went away and he came back and said, that was a really dumb idea, but I've got another idea. And my friend went, oh God, here we go again. Anyway, so for you, what we want to make sure is whatever it is that you've decided to do is big enough to matter, okay, and small enough for you to be able to achieve it. Alright? So even if it's a graphic design business like the lovely Alison in Falkirk who does all of our graphic designs, her idea is big enough because she's differentiated herself and she's extremely good at what she does, and she's got clients now in other countries than Scotland, so that's proved up the point about the fact that it's a big enough idea. It's still small enough at the moment for her to be able to manage herself because of the way that she is looking at the jobs that she wants to take on and the ones that she doesn't. But at some point, it may get to a situation where she needs to outsource the work. But because she's got this piece under control, she will decide if and when she wants to grow to that next step of outsourcing work so that she can take on more clients before she goes to the next step, which is to set up a small business where she's actually got employees. Those are the kind of things that she can do, but right now she's got an idea that's big enough to matter and is small enough for her to be able to implement. Okay, going back to the toasted cheese dude. The question you need to ask yourself about your idea is, who else? Who else thinks this is a really good idea? You need to get out and talk about this. You need to breathe life into this idea that's between your ears. The best way to do that is to talk to people and say, look, I'm thinking of setting up a business where we're going to put together packs of templates and business processes and online training videos and so on for people who are starting up small businesses around the world. What do you think? And people are going to go, there's a lot of them. Go, yep, there is a lot of them. How are you going to get to them? Well, we're going to use social media and we're going to use videos and so on. Okay. And is it scalable? Hell yes, because we can get a lot of authors to come in, okay, etc., etc. It's not about me, this is about your business, but you get the point. So you need to ask yourself those questions. Is my idea big enough to matter? And is it small enough at the moment to implement? And who else thinks it is a good idea? So I'll tell you another thing that's really useful when you're thinking about your idea. It's a very well used and very, very powerful way of describing what you do. Spell it, that says pitch with Ashbyisms in there. Elevator pitch. 25 words. Whatever your business idea is, you need to get it down to a couple of sentences. When you're in the elevator and you're going from the ground floor up to the 5th floor, and somebody says, "Oh, what do you do?" Well, I've discovered this logarithmic way of doing eurythmic doodads, and I'm importing certain pieces from Bali to bring them in, and we're taking quite a holistic approach. Oh, okay, 5th floor, you're out, and the guy goes, "What was that all about?" As opposed to get in the lift, and the guy says, "Oh, what do you do?" "I import yoga mats from Bali." See? I just made that up, but the point is, it's a quick elevator pitch. You need to be able to be succinct and concise, because the more you are when you're saying it like that, the more it helps you be concise in your mind. Now, one of the other things about your great idea is that you need to find a way, even if it's only a little way, you need to find a way of making sure it's not exactly the same as everybody else's who's doing the same sort of thing. Okay? So for example, for us, there are plenty of companies that either give away or sell business templates, but they just give you the business templates. So what we decided to do, our point of differentiation, is that we don't just give you the templates, we also give you worked examples, and we give you helpful hints and tips, and we give you a process map, and so on and so forth. So in other words, we found a way of differentiating ourselves. And that's what you need to think about doing in your business when it's coming to looking at your business idea. And another very, very useful thing about your business idea is to start working out who your competition is. Who's your competition, and how well established are they? How good are they at what they do? So when you're looking at your idea, it's not just a case of your idea in isolation, it's your idea in the context of the market. Okay? So once you've actually decided that you've got a sustainable business idea, and you've talked to a few people, and they think you've got a sustainable business idea as well, and you're getting plenty of positive feedback from people about that, then the next thing you need to think about is marketing. Right, so you've got this great idea, you've talked to your friends, you've talked to some people who aren't your friends, who can be a bit more objective, and they're telling you, you know what, this is a really, really good idea, so you should do this. Okay, cool, okay. What's the next step? Well, the next step goes under the very, very, very large heading, if spelt correctly, of marketing. So the very first question you're going to need to find answers for, this is all in the planning process, okay? You're nowhere near having made your first toasted sandwich, done your first bit of graphic design work for a customer, or sold a business tool. You're still sitting in your lounge, in your gym jams, deciding whether or not this is a good business idea. Here's a couple of really important questions that you will want to ask yourself. First question is, who's going to buy my wonderful, whatever it is, knick-knack? Who's going to buy it? Okay. Now, the classic way of finding out the answer to that question is to do a thing called personas. So what happens here is that you are going to sit down and work out who are the kind of people who will buy your product. You're going to look at their age, their gender, you're going to look at their socioeconomic status, you're going to look at their wants, their desires, their fears, their needs. You need to become a bit of an amateur psychologist and get in the heads of the people that you think are going to buy your product. And the reason why is because once you've worked that out, then you need to target all of your efforts in marketing to those particular groups that you've defined. If you don't know who they are, might as well just talk to anybody, because you just won't get results. Okay, so that's the first thing. Who's going to buy my product? Second thing is, where are they? Where are these people who are going to buy my product? Are they people who are working in jobs at the moment? Are they people in this part of the world? Are they in some other part of the world? Those are the kind of questions that you need to ask yourself. Where are these people hanging out? Okay. So, if it's a social media issue, for example, are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they LinkedIn type people? You need to have lots and lots of data about the kind of people that you want to find in order to get them to buy your product. Which leads to the next point, of course, which is, how will I find them? So how am I going to find these people that are out there? What are the ways that I can do that? Do I do door knocking? Do I put out flyers? Do I get on social media? Do I use Snapchat? Do I use Instagram? Do I use this or that, or whatever happens to be the latest social media fad? Do I do email marketing? Do I do pay-per-click advertising? There's a lot of different ways that you can find the people that you're looking for, but they all have upsides and they all have downsides. And so what you've got to do is work out which of the various ways that are available is the best one for you to find out, to find the people that you're looking for. It's a complicated exercise. There are a lot of moving parts. But if you want to run a successful business, even you running your own successful business, just you in it, in fact, probably even more so under those circumstances, you need to know about where to find your customers so that you have a steady stream of work coming through. Okay? Now, at the same time as you're out there looking for them, you also want to make sure that you are what's known in marketing as discoverable. So, you want to have some good answers to the question, how will they find me? How are people going to know that I'm here? I know some people who are running a small business in the UK, and they're just pottering along. They're barely making ends meet. They work really hard. So I said to them, what's your website look like? I said, we don't believe in websites. We prefer word of mouth and referrals. So, okay, fair enough. 2017 this was last year, and you don't have a website? No. We don't do that. Okay, well, what about Facebook? You want? No. LinkedIn? No. Instagram? Never heard of it. Okay. So how's business? Oh, it's really tough. I wish we could find some more people. Oh, hello? Okay. So whatever prejudices you have about social media, you need to understand one thing. You will not survive unless you use social media. Hands down. You will not survive unless you use social media. Now, social media is as wide as it is long. There's a lovely little butcher shop in a village near where I have a house in the UK. Now, that butcher shop is online. That butcher shop enables you to order your products from them online. Okay? They send you out little flyers every now and again. These are guys whose main job is to dress meat, present it in the shop. They've got the aprons and the extremely clean hands and the gumboots, and they look fabulous. It's a proper butcher shop. And there's a laptop in the back, and there's a guy sitting there, and he's doing up the next blog, and he's taking photographs of the cuts of meat that they want to sell, and he's posting it. This is a business that's been run by the father and son, in fact the grandfather started it, for something like 60 years. and they're online. Think about it. And it's a butcher shop, by the way. Think about it. So, you really need to get your head around social media, because it is really the name of the game to the success or failure of your business. Thanks a lot for listening. I hope this has been helpful. Once again, you'll find that there's a lot of questions and a lot more detail in the business startup checklist. You know, there, or I don't know, somewhere around there. So have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Hi, me again. If you enjoyed this video and the other ones that we've put together, then make sure that you like and subscribe to us on YouTube, and that you follow us on Instagram. My Instagram doodad is Steve Talks and Talks, funnily enough. Funnily enough part is not in there. And leave a comment, because we'd love to hear from you what you think, and also we'd like to hear from you what other stuff you would like to hear about, because we're very, very open to ideas. After all, our business is to serve you, not just to sit here and go on like that. So, talk to you soon.